maybe. Hey, welcome to another live stream. I'm Trina of Trina's Technobabble. We are going to be working on, this is kind of like welcome to Deep Space Nine. Last time on Deep Space Nine.
Wait, that's a thing?
It was back in the 90s.
Yeah. I don't know. They hit the reset button a lot on that show. Like there's and then occasionally they'd throw in some
No, you're thinking Voyager.
No, but Deep Space Nine didn't do the last time on Deep Space Nine unless it was a two-parter.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So last time on Deep Space Nine, hi, I'm a huge DS9 fan. So go figure.
You're just a big Jerry Ryan fan. Just you can lay it out there. It's okay. It's a judgment-free zone.
I mean, I won't deny that. But
you know what's great about Jerry Ryan? You know my favorite thing that I like about Jerry Ryan? Is that Jerry Ryan's husband, kind of a turd. And because of him being kind of a turd, he had to kind of drop out of politics, which meant that like a certain Illinois senator ended up being elected and then moved in and became president. And it was just sort of like a really weird turn of events.
Interesting.
Yeah.
So what happened was somebody tagged me in a post and there was an Imagewriter II. And it was at the end of line 2 on the subway here in Toronto. So I went out, picked it up, and it was free, but it wasn't working. Yeah, don't know what happened. So I brought it home, plugged it in. Yeah, it won't turn on. So one night in a voice chat on a Discord server, Ron was ever so kind, and we ended up finished taking it apart and tried a few things. The issue was my probes on my multimeter were too thick to get into where I needed to. So I've ordered the thinner probes, which I tested today with my multimeter, and they work. So, and we're gonna kind of play with it and see if we can figure out why there's no power to it. So, yay!
It's secretly been my suspicion this entire time that Trina had the power strip turned off, but I would never say that to her face.
I can guarantee. So I actually had an issue when we first brought Opie into the house. My ex and I.
Was he turning off power strips?
She turned off a power strip.
That's great.
Because of course the other cats were kind of like, we didn't separate them. We're just like, throw her into the mix and see what happens. So they were kind of chasing her, I think, through the night. So yeah, she got but the way I could figure out one of my workbenches wasn't working was that my lights weren't working on my workbench. Easiest thing to do. So
hey, got
so let me introduce everybody. We have joining me on the stream, we got the one and only Cass sitting in a very nice looking comfy corner.
Yeah, it's pretty comfy.
It does look comfy. And then we also got Ron of Ron's computer videos. And in the description, there is a link to Ron's comp vids Did I say that right? I can never remember what it is.
Literally this. It's this, but it's just like
Ron's Count
brevity.
Kids. Yeah.
Just makes it
.com.
easy. Yes.
There is a link to his site, which will take you to all his online presence.
Yeah, everything I'm up to.
Yep. And then joining us in the chat, I don't know if Stinkerton's still here, but Stinkerton was first. Francois, who is a vampire, never sleeps at night. Jesse, hey. And Gutbomb, hey, dork yourself. And Eric's Edge just joined. Hey, Eric.
Yeah.
And Veborg. Veborg? I might say that name wrong. Hello.
Is Veborg.
Veborg. Yeah. So let's change cameras and kind of see where we're at. So I moved some of the stuff back over. I didn't fully move everything because some of it is just plastic, like the top and stuff like that. I was like, yeah that doesn't necessarily need to be sitting there.
Eric asked, are you programming your Apple II?
I am not doing any programming on my Apple II. It's still sitting under the bench over there. As I am him. Cool. So this is the main, I'm assuming, if I remember correctly, this is the main power jigger thing. That's the power supply. This whole thing. And then it plugs into this, and here goes your standard 3-prong power supply. So what would you like me to do first? You're kind of like guiding me on this because I don't know what I'm doing.
Well,
I can move you closer if you need. This is unplugged, by the way. There's a cable that goes from here to there that's unplugged.
Yeah. And so, honestly, your first bet is going to be to check the transformer. And the way you do that is you get the 3-pin wall stuff plugged back into the other side of the transformer there, and then you can test the voltage coming off that transformer, and it'll tell you. It'll be written. There's a little label on the top. It'll tell you exactly what the voltage is to expect.
Turn this around.
Hey, when you get it plugged in, whatever you do not do what you just did.
Yeah, no, I realize that. That's why I'm doing it now. But yeah, there's that stuff written on. That's what I assume you're talking about this here.
Yeah, it'll tell you. Yep.
Okay.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Cass.
Go ahead.
Sorry.
I was going to say it says 28 volts, so you're going to want to put your voltmeter on the 200 volts AC range, not the DC range. 200 volts AC, and then measure that for 28, plus or minus a bit.
Hold on, I'm going to bring my old reliable power or multimeter.
Your voltimeter.
Yeah.
Multimeter.
So I assume when you mean that would be that there, because
that's resistance.
No, that's resistance. You want volts AC, which is in the lower right quadrant.
Oh yeah. Same as I'm testing a power supply. Cool.
No, not the volts DC. The volts AC, the green one. See the green one?
Yeah.
You want 200 down there.
Yeah.
Gotcha.
You see the thing at the top where it's the line and the dash under? That's like, you see that very commonly on like power bricks for like laptops and stuff. Yeah. So
that's
DC,
what I mostly have used this for. Is
and then
power supplies.
The wave, that's AC. You're thinking of the 60 hertz or the 50 hertz, depending on where you're at.
All right. So now the question is where does this plug into over there? It's been a while since I've had this thing.
It has, but it's right there.
Oh, there it is. Yep. Okay. So let's plug that in first. And there's let me move this in a little bit closer.
Yeah. Other thing to also remember, Trina, is that even before you plug the transformer in, you can plug AC voltage into the adapter board there, and then you can put your multimeter. I'm touching the screen like you can see me. You can check it there first, and you can see if you've got any problems there on the AC filter board.
So sorry, I'm just going to turn this around because it's easier to do it this way. You mean
No, I don't mean anything you're aiming at. So
Okay.
where you plug AC, that little board there that actually has the IDC whatever mock or whatever that connector type is called, where you plug the computer power cord in.
Oh, okay. This thing.
That's like a little filter board.
Sorry,
And there are components on there that can go kablooey. There's a fuse on there. There's a reef on there. There's all kinds of shit. So first things first, if you didn't check it last time, and it's been a while since we've done this,
Yeah.
check continuity on your fuse.
Okay.
Make sure that the fuse isn't blown. Because if that's your whole issue, then we're done. You replace the fuse, and then it will probably, you'll probably have
Just
more
turn on.
joy.
Okay, and sorry, I'm gonna what do I set this to do that? Continuity?
Yes. So the resistance isn't the
Yeah, where it says 200 in the resistance zone.
Yeah.
Upper left, sort of all the way to the left. Yeah.
Yeah.
Sort of all the way to the
Omega.
left where it says 200.
Yeah, I see where it says 200.
Because you see it's got a little speaker next to it. No. Keep going. Isn't that, it's further down.
Oh, I see what the 2K or whatever
No,
it says.
keep going. One more.
One more.
Okay.
Yeah. So now touch the leads together and I bet it goes beep.
Well, let me take the plastic or the plastic covers off them. Sorry, anybody saying anything important in the chat? Well, I got you too.
I386 says lick it.
Lick it. Okay. Yay, it
you
beeps.
Okay, good. That's what it's supposed to do.
Okay.
I've got you zoomed in so I can see more carefully what you're doing, so I'm not looking at the chat.
Yeah, no, that's fine.
So go ahead and take one lead and put it on either end of the fuse up there on the filter board and see if it goes beep.
Okay. That's going to be kind of...
You can even pull the fuse out. Keep in mind the center part's glass, so just be careful.
That's fine. I might be able to do this. Please hold. Yep, we got a beepity beep.
Great. Okay. That's really good.
Do you want to see the number that I got, by the way?
No,
sorry, I don't know.
Because it's just it's either infinite resistance or less.
Okay.
Okay.
So that's good.
Yeah. So if that fuse is good, which is good,
yeah.
You should be able to now go ahead and just you can take the leads and you can put it back on AC 200 and have it in that white pigtail there, and then as carefully as you can plug line voltage into that black connector and see what you see. If you get 200 or you get 110 coming out of that, that's probably good.
So
if you don't, saying...
okay.
If you don't, then that's probably bad.
So put power into this and then test this, correct?
Yeah.
Other way around. I would put the leads in the connector first and then plug the power in.
Okay.
Yeah, so you're not moving around as much stuff since it's all loose. That's good advice, Cass.
I'm sorry. What should I be turning this to?
200 volts AC, same as before. Mm-hmm. Or not that one. No, the one 200 volts AC. The wiggly wave down in the lower right quadrant.
Yeah, that's okay. In the green section.
In the green section, that's right. 200 down there. Yeah,
there we go.
That's what you want.
Cool.
And Cass is right. Just stick your leads in there, and if they kind of wedge in there, that's great. So that way that you're not like, okay, I'm balancing this and I'm trying to do this and I'm holding this and it's line voltage.
Okay, there's no they're kind of wedged in there, but they are wedged in there. Look at that. Oh, nope, that one fell out.
See if you can like tape them or prop them up on something so that they don't fall out.
There we go.
Okay.
I got them.
Keep in mind they're going to move when you start moving that black connector there. What the heck is that? What's the standard for that?
Yeah, IEC. It's an IEC. Oh, I forget the number because there's a whole bunch of IEC connectors.
Yeah.
I just call it a desktop connector. There we go. Look at that. We got numbers.
There you go. That's what we
Great.
wanted to see.
All right.
Okay, I can unplug it then.
Unplug it. Keep in mind that has caps and stuff on that board, so I would not just be running my hand down the backside of it. I mean, it's not going to stay charged for more than a few seconds, but still.
Oh no, I would hadn't touched the board at all. I
Okay.
touched this.
So at this
unplugged it,
point,
and
yeah, you should be
Perfect.
able to now go ahead if you have AC disconnected from that IEC connection.
Yep.
You'll be able to plug that into the transformer, and then you can do the same thing with that pigtail coming out the other side of the transformer.
This here.
Yes.
Yep, that's
Ta-da,
there.
Okay.
Yep.
For beans. And leave it set to what we had it set to before.
Yeah, because
as well.
it'll
Correct.
be AC voltage coming out of that. Yep.
All right, I'm gonna kind of point it at that.
Which, according to the markings on it, it was like 38 volts or something by
28.
28.
Where? Why don't you go in the hole? All right, let's try. Sorry, please bear with me one sec.
No, we're very agitated.
There we go. All right, so I'm gonna plug it in. 3, 2, 1. So we got 29.
Yeah, that's close enough.
Yeah. It'll
Yeah,
be, since it's not under a load, it'll run slightly higher than what it's gonna actually say.
Yep.
Okay, so
By the way, I am really loving these new probes.
okay, so go ahead and make sure, let it like kind of wind down, and then
Okay, so we are unplugged.
okay, good.
And hi, Matthew. Hey.
Okay.
Welcome. Okay. Next.
Well, you have DC components there on that board that I can't see because this is an advertisement for Sparkle and Shine.
Sorry. I went and got some water. So bear with me one sec. So what are you looking for on the board?
You've got lots of DC components there. You could very easily because from memory, like there was no lights or anything like that on it. Like no lights on the
it's
control panel.
completely toast, yeah, when
Okay.
you turn it on.
Here's what I would say before you check any of those individual components. If it's easy for you to do, you should get the front of the printer that has the little board that has the lights and shit on it, and get the little cable and just plug that into the PCB, and then
Okay.
you'll connect the power output from the transformer into this power supply board, and then just have it like it's powered on.
Okay.
So that way that you can just look at it and be like, oh, it lights up if I don't have the
Blah blah blah. Yeah.
I don't have the motor connected because it's dragging the power. It's dead short in the motor and it's dragging the power supply down.
Ta-da! This is what you're talking about.
Yep, that thing. It should just be a board that just pops off, and I think it's all color coordinated, so you should be able to just like, and they're different sizes if nothing else. The little ribbon.
Should I unscrew the board, Ron?
Yeah, you can just unscrew it. It'll make it easier.
Okay.
Now keep in mind that the power switch on the other side of that is like there's a spring or something. So just watch. Or I think there's like a membrane or there's spring or something. So just when you take it apart, just don't let like parts go flying.
Oh, so interesting enough, the power button, I'm going to show you, I'm actually pushing it from the bottom.
Yeah.
So the spring is, I don't know where it is at this point.
It looks to me like the power button is physically underneath that, like it's not even there, like it's somewhere else on the case.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Locate that back over where it would go on the case, Trina, and look at what's underneath that. Is there a power button mounted there under that hole?
It might be. All right, so I'm going to just turn off my multimeter for a sec. Just bear with me while I flip that back over. I'm going to unplug, just temporarily, I'm going to unplug this and get this out of the way. They don't make printers like they used to. Hey, RetroTech Chris, welcome. Hello, hello. Sorry, I can't really see the chat, but
Yeah.
there's the
There's
power
your-
button right there.
There's your power switch, and there is a just the other side of that. There's just like a big long boop that goes down to the like that plugs in. I mean, you can look at the back side of the physical switch, and you'll note the colors of the cables, and then you can figure out where that goes.
Okay. All right. So
I wonder if she didn't already have it turned on when she was experimenting, and the cables
no,
are further
I did
upstream.
try turning it on and off when it was all together.
Yeah.
No, I'm not suggesting that was the fault. I'm just saying I wonder if that was going on while you were testing just now, that the power switch was already on.
Okay, so that power switch goes to this here.
Plugs into the transformer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right, so I'm gonna plug. Okay.
Trina, all you got to do
no.
is look at the back of the physical power switch and just note the colors of the cables, and I'm fairly certain it just goes down to that that filter board. But you can verify that by just looking at the back of the physical power switch.
Yeah, that's what I'm looking at right now. So the power switch is
what color are
right
they?
here. That's the power switch. So there's gray, brown, white, and black.
Mm-hmm. And white and black appear to go down to the filter board.
Yep.
Okay.
They do.
Great. So that's.
And then the gray and brown go to this part, which plugs into the power.
So that does shake out the way I thought then. The switch just happened to be on while we were testing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So should I still take this board off and plug it in?
You're gonna need to see if it lights up.
Okay.
So
yeah, status lights are good.
Yeah.
Yep. Okay. Let me take the screws out.
And just be careful about the spring.
If I can get that. Okay. That's not going to work. Okay. Let's grab. Oh, shoot. Oh, there it is. I need another screwdriver.
Hot screwdriver action.
I tell ya. There's that one. By the way, just to remind people, Big Bad Biologist, Big Bad Bench is going to work on his poopy Commodore. Tomorrow, I think it's a Commodore.
Mm-hmm.
Tomorrow at 10 a.m. on a live stream. So
Nice.
please go check him out. That's 10 a.m. Eastern for those of you in other time zones.
Unfortunately, I'm attending a conference tomorrow.
Well, listen.
Hey, watch that spring.
Yeah, I am.
Look at that cool little LED. Or look at that.
Right?
Yeah.
That whole little. Where
cool
do you
little
plug,
amber light.
Where do you plug into?
Might be on the main board of the printer rather than the power supply.
Yeah. The What'd you
Well, because the main board of the printer is kind of like missing a capacitor as well.
How's it missing a capacitor?
I cut one off.
Why?
So we could find out what the proper. Because if you
can't
look
read
at them,
it?
they look. No, I couldn't when it was inside. I took a photo and everything, so I cut one off. Oh no! Well, Yeah, that's where it's supposed to plug in, is over here.
Okay.
But yeah. Well, no indicator lights.
Well, I'm not sure what else we're going to troubleshoot then.
Yeah.
How about the voltages that are being output from the power supply board when it's on?
Mm-hmm.
Do we have a service manual that lists those?
Somewhere on the interwebs, probably.
I don't have them though. Yeah, I just realized. Shoot. So we might not be able to go any further then, really.
Well, I don't know.
I'll go have a quick look for the service manual. Just give me a couple
Okay.
seconds here.
All right. Sorry, I totally forgot. I wasn't anticipating needing this board, or I would have done a recap on it already.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, Trina. Yes. There are still components and stuff there on that other thing. You can look up any of those ICs on there and figure out what the pinouts are for those, and just see if you're getting proper voltages on any of those ICs.
And we can also check. There is another. I'm gonna kind of rotate it here. There's another one of those. Another little fuse we could try.
Yeah, you can test that. Go for it.
Yep. Okay. Let me get my multimeter off the chair. Poopity poop. Sorry, folks. This could be like the season 2 opening of DS9, where it was a 3-part series. Or and we got a beep. Okay.
Oh, good.
Is there anything else? So could I just... do I need this board? That one.
It's just the driver board. It would be
Okay.
convenient for seeing lights and things like that. But
yeah.
I mean, it's not the end of the world. Again, any of those ICs that are over there on the power supply board, you could test any of them to see if they have proper outputs.
Sorry, what do you mean by ICs? Pretend...
integrated circuit.
Oh, so like these little thingamadoodles down here?
No, those are called resistors.
Okay. I don't know. This is above my pay grade, so you might have to walk me through this.
Yeah. So, like, you see the chips?
Like this one here?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
There's probably a part number on it that could be looked up and figure out, like, hey, voltage comes in here. Check and see, like, is it getting voltage there? That type of thing. So I'm looking at the service manual.
I looked at the official Apple service manual, and it didn't go down to pin level connections. However, now I'm looking at the Sam's Computer Facts book for the Imagewriter II, and it has a full schematic.
Mm-hmm.
So we might be able to get something from that.
All right, I'm going to see what I can find out.
Oh, the schematic's all jumbled, though.
Mm-hmm.
Let's see if I get a part number of that. There we go. Just took a photo. D1JA, it says. That was that small little one. You started with that one. Hey, CDI. Teaching Trina Tech Thursdays. Yeah, exactly. Oh, go away. Hold on, I gotta mute myself. I'll be right back. Hi, IDC. That's what I'm gonna start calling you, because if not, you set off my phone every time. All right, so it's a D1JA. It's that small little guy. Okay. Chimp. Maybe it's DI? No, that looks like a 1. I found all kinds of them. What do I want it? I can find them to buy them. I can't seem to find anything on them.
What's the part number? I'm sorry.
D1, so Delta 1 Juliet Alpha.
Yeah, I'm not seeing whatever this is that you're seeing, I guess.
Yeah, I'm like, I can find them for sale.
Where?
D1JA SHI.
I mean, you could put it in the private chat.
Yeah, okay.
If you were so inclined.
Please bear with me one sec. Totally do that.
All right, let's see.
I like that. Jesse said, first we have Veronica explains, then we have Trina listens. Yes, Trina's listening. Trying to learn. All right,
Okay.
there you go.
On the well, actually, here's what would be easy. You see the big connection there that's labeled CN2? It should look like a 50-pin ribbon connection. It's like, I don't
Like
see in
this?
color. Yeah. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, if it was flipped around the other direction, you were looking at it from the other way.
Please hold. I had it flipped it that way just because of the cable.
No, it's fine. It's fine. But as you are now looking at it,
yeah.
On the left side, the top row, which meaning the row furthest away from you, so like towards those big capacitors and stuff.
Okay.
Okay, that is pin 49. Okay. The row closest to you, that's pin 50. Okay. According to the Sam's computer facts, pin 49 should be 5 volts. Pin 48, so right next to it, should be -5 volts. And then skip one, and then one more should be -5, or it should be 5 volts. So at least there, we should be able to test and see what some of the output voltages are, at least to make sure that 5 volts is present. So for the logic, like the actual, like the formatter board that does all the heavy lifting and sends and tells, hey, turn on the motor and all that type of stuff. That stuff, if it's not getting 5 volts, that's probably a problem. And there might be some other issues on the low voltage side of that power supply. So what I would say is this: what you could do, as carefully as humanly possible, you could go through and you could connect power and get this board powered up. And then you can take the negative lead on your multimeter and put it on the metal shielding, like I can't see your point because you're off camera.
Right here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes, you could just put that there. Just place it there,
Yep.
and then you could tap pin 49, and if you get negative 5 volt, or I'm sorry, if you get 5 volts, positive 5 volts, that's a good thing. If you go one more pin to the right, that should be negative 5 volts, and if you see that, that should be a good thing.
Okay. I also found one more
Fuse.
fuse. Thank you.
Yeah,
I keep
and
wanting to call
you
them
can test
crystals.
that too.
Yeah, I'm gonna, because I still have it on the beepity beep mode, so
Mhm.
why not?
Oh, that's not oh, that is a fuse. I thought it wasn't a fuse for a second.
Yeah, and we got a beep, so
I've got you zoomed out too much.
it's all right. Okay, so I guess plug this in,
Mm-hmm.
and then
And then be
stand
very
this
careful
up.
with everything else.
Yep.
Remember, line voltage, you're not going to put both hands inside the box at the same time.
Yeah.
You can shock your hand all you want, but let's not put line voltage across your heart. That's always bad. Opie is not real good at dialing 999 or whatever
Actually,
the
it's
Canadian equivalent is.
no, it's
We
911.
use 911.
Oh, you do?
Yeah.
Okay.
We also
Alright.
use the North American numbering plan. Our area code
Yeah.
or our country code is +1.
I was just kind of concerned that you guys might actually use like something like 865 or something with the exchange rate.
With the exchange rate. Love it. Okay, so and I've also set this to the 200 in the green, I'm assuming. Ta-da.
No,
Well,
you
you're gonna
this
be
time
tech-
you want to be back in DC volts.
Yeah.
Oh, so
Put it on 20
20?
volts DC.
Cool. Cool.
Now I'm gonna assume DC voltage because in the upper left-hand corner of this board is a full bridge rectifier that should be making all them squiggles go into blockies.
All right. Let's plug this in very carefully. I am holding on to plastic, so there we go. Okay, we have power.
Okay.
So let me get my glasses on because
You sure the switch is still on?
Yeah, you didn't mess with the switch, so you just looked
She did
at
at
it.
one point. She
Yeah,
did
I
click
did.
it in and out.
Well,
we now have power. It's
Okay.
now down. So
okay, good.
Yep.
Good.
Okay, so we're okay. So
Okay.
tap this on ground.
Yeah, the negative or the black lead.
Yep,
And then
it's on.
make sure don't go in at an angle and short something out. You want to make
Right,
sure
right.
you just go straight down.
Yep.
And what you're going to do is
Hold on. Sorry,
you got two rows. The row that is furthest away from you, all the way to the left. That pin in the corner is pin
Yep.
49, and that
Okay.
should be plus 5 volt.
Okay, let's see what we get. I'll put you back over there. Sorry, my googly glasses were being a pain.
Just make sure you're not laying your hand down across the board or anything. So, or laying your arm somewhere. Just be
Yeah,
careful.
I got it standing up in the air.
Okay.
And I'm getting nothing.
Okay.
And it's showing 0.
Well, make sure.
Farthest to the left. Correct.
Again, but if you're not making a good connection, so what you can do is you see that brass screw up, like connected to like that little shield behind the back side of the board there. Like there's a whole bunch of resistors there on the left that you asked a minute ago if they were
those
ICs.
things, yep.
You see that brass screw? Park your negative terminal in the
like the hole
boss of that. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Okay. Now touch.
Now try that again. Okay.
Pin 49.
Yep.
And see. Just in case there's like.
And I am right on that pin and I'm getting nothing. It's showing 0.
We'll go one more to the right.
Yep.
And what does it say?
0.
Okay. Well then That's not great. So you could have some things going on the this power supply here. For fun, just make sure you should be able to switch your meter back to AC, and then with the connection plugged into the board here, you should be able to just like where the transformer comes off and plugs in the board, you should be able to like stick it down in there and just make sure that 100% that it is still.
So you mean like down in sorry, in this in the
Yeah.
or like that thing?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, you should be able to just like,
And I
but
want to
make
put it
sure the
down in,
meter is on AC. Yes.
yeah, that's in that green zone.
Yep.
Yep. Perfect.
Okay.
It's on 200. Yeah, this is why I got these probes.
Yeah,
Because when we were
very
trying it
skinny ones.
before, I couldn't get
Mhm.
them past the wires.
I get it. Yeah.
So that's why I got the probes.
Okay.
That's where we were getting the fun. Okay.
I bought a set of those and then I immediately lost them, so I don't know where they are anymore.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Hey, listen, Alex Russ has lost mine. I had to buy these from Amazon. I am getting 29.4.
Okay, that's good. All right, so go ahead
out there.
and
I'm just gonna get some water. But I am listening.
The annoying thing is I've got schematics and stuff here at the end of the Sam's manual, but
Mhm.
some of them look like they're fold-outs and they
Yeah.
haven't been properly folded out.
Yeah.
All right, Ron, what were you gonna suggest?
What I was gonna say is that if you one more time, just for fun, leave your meter on AC. The worst that's gonna happen is nothing, and
Okay.
check that pin 49 and check that
Try
pin
those pins
48
again. Yeah.
Yeah, but
Yeah,
what
I
you-
mean it's already done nothing, so
yeah,
it
but
can't
just
hurt
have it
anymore.
touch that metal on that thing there. And
So I have it like in the middle of that
yeah,
screw.
that's but I mean, I don't know for sure. I didn't put coating on that to make it non-conductive, so just have it touch that aluminum behind it.
Okay, so like what's around it, you mean kind of
Yeah, that's fine.
like that.
Just don't. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Cool.
And now for fun, touch pin 49.
Yeah. Nothing.
Okay.
Still getting nothing.
All right. Well, and nothing on pin 47 or 48 either,
48.
I guess.
Let me just try that one, sorry.
Okay.
Yeah, that's showing nothing as well.
Okay. Well,
I'm going to just try 49 again for just shits and yeah, no. Okay.
Okay. All right. Well, Francois, we did check. There's a 5 amp fuse and a 1 amp fuse. The one that is further to the right, that's 1C, I think is what it's labeled on the Sam's guide. And she checked that one and said it's good. And then she checked 1B, which is the one that's over near where she just had the negative lead, and that one tested good as well. She tested them in circuit, so I mean, but you would sure think that if it was like, oh, it's vibration and like the lead or the microfilament or something is just like barely touching. God, who knows? Another thing you can do to test is I guess on connection MIC2, which should be this this component, this TEC component here at the top on the left.
TEC component.
Yeah, it's written on the side of it. It literally says TEC.
Oh, okay.
Okay. Is that since I can't see it in 3 dimensions?
Yeah.
I'm
trying to figure out where I'm
it may not be able to be. You can't actually see underneath that, right? There's not like pins exposed. I see copper, but
sorry, where am I looking exactly?
Okay, you see that component, the big component on the back side of the board there that literally
this thing here?
No, use your eyeballs and don't touch. On the left,
I know.
Your other left, at the top, there's a black thing there that says TEC on the side. No.
No.
Stop pointing at things in the middle. Left.
Okay.
hold your hands up. The one that makes an L is left.
Yeah, I know. I realize that. I'm trying to see.
Okay. It literally says TEC. Tango Echo Charlie.
Yeah, I know. I'm trying to.
There are two TEC things. It's the leftmost
There's only one
of
on
the
the
two
left.
CE things. Yes, exactly. That's what I was getting at.
TEC EC
I
A
mean,
Q
you
or
say
A
it says it on the
something.
side?
Yeah, it literally put your head down where your camera's at. Look at your
Yeah, I am.
stream. You'll see it.
Oh, let me look at my screen for a sec.
Yeah,
Let me
if you're
come
looking
back.
at this top down, then yeah, you're
Oh,
not
I
going to
see it. Okay, yeah. It's in the back here.
Yep. Okay. So
nothing.
that component is just like soldered into the board. There's not like exposed pins in front of that, right?
Let me
Look at-
shine some light down in there.
Because I see copper, but I can't tell if this would be something that you could
Okay, let me.
easily-
Before I do anything else, I'm going to just unplug the power,
Yeah, that's probably a
and
good
then
plan.
because then I can move it, like kind of move it around, so we can get a better angle on it, if that makes sense. But I don't want to do it when we got power going to it.
Yeah, that's a good plan.
Because then what I can do, whoops, I drop it. Yeah, there are exposed pins in it.
Okay.
Let me
But it's
see.
a single row, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Looking at that, according to the schematic, pin 14, there are 18 pins there. Okay. So pin on the left is pin 1. Pin on the right is 18.
Okay.
Okay. Pin 14. So if you go to the right and you count backwards 4,
yeah,
that'll be pin 14. There should be 37.2 volts on that connection. So I am going to say that if you are not seeing 5 volts on that CN2 connection, there's a that transformer there. There is that huge filter cap there, the big one that's on the AC side. Those don't typically go bad. Those seem to like just live. But you do have some other smaller caps there that shouldn't be the problem either. But there's you have oh gosh, what's the word? Come on, Cass, help me here. Like it's converting the voltage from one thing to another thing. So it might be like, oh, it's positive 5 volts and I want to make it negative 5 volts.
Oh, yeah, a DC to DC converter.
Yeah. Help me, chat. Come on, Francois.
Oh yeah.
Regulator.
Oh, that was the word you were looking for? Okay, I was going more complicated than that.
No, but you see there's that next to that big coil. There's a regulator there.
Yes.
And that would be really easy to check voltages on that. Probably easier than that big component there in the back, which I have no idea what that is called.
Yeah, that's probably going to be like the buck converter for the 5 volts or something like that.
Yeah.
Or the DC for the negative 5 volts. Actually, the bigger one is probably the plus 5 volts. I wish I had the whole schematic. This would be so much easier if we had the whole schematic.
Yeah. According to UT source, it is an IC. Thanks, UT source. Thanks. Oh, I like it. Somebody reused the part number, and that's really screwing it up.
All right, I'm just going to make everybody the same size for a bit while we figure that out. And hello, Thomas. I'm just looking back through the chat while you guys are doing that. We got Socket Wench. Hey. Sorry, guys. I've been over at the bench and can't see the chat, so I'm going to have to get something set up so I can see the chat over there.
It is some sort of
Hi, Dave.
power output stage.
What, those TEC things in the back?
Yeah, so that might be doing some lifting on stepping down some of those voltages. I don't really know. That's not maybe the words to use, but
I found a post that says it identifies it. It says it's a hybrid power supply module, uses 24 volts AC in. That's not what we have. We've got 28.
Yeah.
But generates 28 volts and 5 volts DC.
Okay.
They were made for Apple Imagewriter printers and
Yeah.
CI2C 315s.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. Well, then I would say this. If you were to be able to somehow, this might be tough, you could check the output voltage of that. And if you're not getting it, then it's if it's because that's what's going to output your 5 volts. That's what's going to output your whatever. The other one, I don't see it on the schematic here.
Yeah, that's probably on one of the missing pages.
Yeah. Yeah. But that AC filter board, if that's all good, they're like, oh yeah, you gotta check that first. It's like, yeah, thanks. We're getting voltages past that. Yeah, I would say, Trina, I don't know if that's, since you're not getting voltage on that CN2 connection, there's a, what the heck does this symbol mean? They're using like wacky hand-drawn symbols here too, which is not helping me. I gotta look at diode symbols.
And I just want to say hi to Emily, who's joined the chat.
Oh, it's a Zener diode. Is it a Zener diode? No, maybe it's a Schottky. It's, well, I can't really tell, but it's in position. It's well, it says ZD2, so I'm gonna say it's a Zener diode.
Yeah, okay.
There's there's a Zener diode there that's supposed to be passing like 25 volts off, and if it's not, then it's components on the other side of that.
Which page is that on?
It's on let me see. It's here's my problem. I don't have it set up to where it's like 1-to-1, like so when you like flip the page kind of thing.
Yeah.
It is page of the PDF, not necessarily of the document itself. It's page 4.
Socket Wench is asking if you can show the symbol run.
Yeah, it's the part number is listed as ZD2, so I'm gonna say it's Zener diode. Because I know what I looked up the diode guide, and let me draw it. That'd probably be easier. I'm trying to describe it. Okay.
Hey, Ian.
Hang tight, y'all. Okay, so it's this.
So Ian's saying, are you looking at the Sam's book for the Imagewriter II?
Yes.
Yes, and it's very broken.
It's that. But I couldn't tell because this is Zener.
Yeah, that's a Zener.
And this is Schottky.
Schottky, yeah.
So, and I couldn't tell because it's tiny and blurry. But Paige, if anybody is interested at home, wants to play along at home, they can go out and they can get the Sam's Computer Facts Imagewriter II book off of like the Apple Archive.au. and
CA.
they can get the copy of the book, and they can look. And if you go to page 4 of 65, not page 4 of the Sam's document, but of the PDF, you'll see. I guess I could just share my screen.
Yeah, see, that's what I was thinking.
Okay. Sorry, I oftentimes forget how this works. So there we go. Okay.
Okay, let me.
So I'm sharing it.
I
So
gotta.
you'll have
Hold
to,
on. I gotta add it to the stage.
Okay. So
Yeah,
here we
there you go.
are, folks. So this is. Let me see. I think if I were to, yes, I was going to say, if you resize this, it lets you kind of fake zoom. But that's it. This is what we're looking at. And this is what I was kind of seeing. So everything to connection CN4 looks good. Trina's tested all that. We do have.
I'll go with Xena as well.
Oh, Xena, yeah.
Xena diode.
I think
as much as I like Xena, I like her buddy better. So
Joxer?
Huh?
Joxer?
Yeah, like any of the Raimis are fine.
Yeah.
But
sorry,
you do have a Zener diode here, or a full bridge rectifier rather. We could have a failure here. If we got a failure here, that's gonna make everything else sad on the other side of it. Okay. But if you look here on that connection on the back, that power converter, power buck, whatever, you can see pin 14. We're supposed to have 37.4, 37.2 rather volts. Oh Lord. And then the connection that we tested a minute ago, that CN2, you can see there's a 5 volt, a -5, and a 5. So,
and those are all coming. I never tested the third one, but the first two weren't coming up with anything.
Well, the third one, it's skip 1, and then the next one is the 5.
Yeah.
But again, this is kind of like also maybe not 1-to-1 exactly, because there's numbers underneath here. It says like 49, and then it says 47 and 43. So they might. I mean, I would draw this to be correct, but who knows what the Sam's people were thinking. So, Thomas Armstrong says, I blame the bridge. And it's possible that MIDI was here and like dropped it in his lap or something like that and dead shorted it, and now it's dead. So
yeah, we could check the bridge rectifier.
Yeah. The only problem was I was just thinking that that might be on the bottom of the board.
Let me
the easiest way to test it.
Please hold on. I look.
Okay. Which means pulling that out and then having a bunch of AC voltages in Trina's lap.
Well, I mean,
now granted, it's well,
I might be able to.
It's like 3.5 amps or something, so that's probably not great. Emily says those pins look right, as it's 49 and then 47. Oh yeah, because it's beep 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 beep. You're right. Sorry, Emily.
Yeah. Right. It's like a street. One side is odd and one side's even.
Yeah. 50, 49, 48, 47, 46, 45.
So Trina, do you see in the very upper right corner of the power supply board?
Mm-hmm.
There's
I'm
a
gonna
thing
just,
with
Ron. Ron, can you send me a linkamadoodle to that you're playing along with at home? Because I'm going to remove it from the screen so I can make me big for.
Yeah, it's fine. It's if you were to go to Google and you were to type in the words Sam's space guide space Imagewriter space II.
Hold on.
2.
Yeah.
And hit enter. It is the top link. Well, all you got to do is memorize the words. So Sam's guide. Those are the ones that'd be tough. Sam's guide space Imagewriter space 2, and it will literally be the top link.
Cool. Okay. So let me come back to the stream. I'm going to actually move this into a new window and move it over my Discord. Cool.
Folks at home don't need to see that, because I'm just going to switch my I will switch my OBS to be that.
Trina, can you give us a top-down view of the power supply board, please?
Please,
That's what
please
we
bear
need
with
to
me.
see.
I was gonna say, by the way, I can kind of get to that bridge rectifier.
Full bridge rectifier.
Okay, top-down view. Let me
There you
move
go,
it up a
Trina.
little higher.
I made me big. Okay.
Yeah, I see that, and I also
I-
have it over here on my screen. So
I can't even see the rectifier. It's in a shadow or something.
it is.
Is it plugged in? Are you still plugged in, Trina?
No.
Good.
Here's. Sorry. Hold on. Let me show you. There's the power.
Good. Excellent.
Yeah.
Okay. We see the thing there, and it's like
It's that.
to the side.
Is it
Yes.
not?
Oh, yeah, there we go. You're right.
Yeah.
Yep, that's totally it. You got it.
Okay. So it looks like you should be able to get leads in there.
Yeah.
On either end of that.
Okay. And I should still
If
be
there's
in
a part
the...
number, if there's a part number on that, I would love to see that part number, because then we can look it up. We can look up the data sheet and make sure that we don't do something stupid like dead short.
I'm gonna just unplug this so I can kind of like flip it up a bit.
That's fine.
So you guys can see as well.
Well, I don't need to see because your camera is not going to give enough clarity on that. We're gonna have to let you. We're gonna have to listen to you.
Let me take a photo and I'll send that to you on Discord.
No. I will just take your word for it. You just read me a part number.
Okay, let me just take a photo though, because it's easy to... I still want to take a photo though.
It's fine. It's fine. I mean, I'm only allowed so many photos per month, but I mean, that's fine. That's fine.
Thankfully, in Canada, we don't have that restriction. Okay. It's just easier than trying to read that. Let's see if I can. Well, that is... I don't know. Here we go. So it's... Yep. Romeo Bravo Victor dash 602.
Oh, yep. Okay, that's pretty easy. Okay. Let me get the data sheet up here. Let's download the data sheet.
Let me re-add Cass here to the stream.
I can't look at this. What a host. Just knocking people off the stream.
I didn't knock her off the stream.
Oh, okay.
It wasn't me.
This time.
Okay, hold on. I got an offer on eBay. What did I get an offer for?
Lord. Okay, all data sheets. Wonderful. So this is...
Apparently I forgot to take that off eBay. All right. Oh, and you guys can't see what I'm looking at, but sorry, I took a photo and then like blanked. Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Yeah, I should be able to get... Jeez, that's gonna
download the data sheets.
Yeah, what happened with me was actually I tried to go Control T and start typing the part number for the bridge rectifier, but instead I went Control R.
Oh, and you refreshed it.
I refreshed it.
Nice.
Because the first letter was Romeo. So I heard Romeo and I went Control Romeo.
Romeo, that's hilarious.
Nice.
Yeah.
Love it, love it.
What was the number again?
It is Romeo Bravo Victor dash 602.
And there actually is a data sheet for it. Nice.
Yeah. And 4-phase bridge rectifier.
All right, so...
And the pinout does match what's on the block diagram.
Yeah.
Cool.
That's always nice.
Ta-da-da-da. There's the board. Oops,
so we could test that. We could test that just with power off. Just using the diode checker.
Okay, how do I do that?
Okay, so what you're going to want to do, let me look at the diagram again here for the Sam's guide. Okay, you are going to want to first make sure the power is disconnected.
It's literally sitting here. There's the cord.
Okay,
Yeah, we got
set your
nothing.
multimeter to diode check mode, which if I recall correctly is on the 2000 ohms resistance. So it should be one up from the diode. Or, I mean, it should be one up from the beeper. Should be the diode. It should have a diode symbol. Do you see a little arrow pointing at a line?
You mean
2K.
this here? The 2K.
Yes. You see the arrow pointing at the line?
Yep.
That's the diode symbol. So put it on
Okay.
that.
Hold on, bear with me. Yep. All right, we are on that.
All right, cool. Now what you're going to do is you are going to put the negative probe. Wait, no, that's wrong. You are going to put the positive probe on the top pin of the bridge rectifier.
Sorry, when you say top,
From left
like-
to right.
Like
So,
when
like-
you're looking at the board, like top right of the board. Yeah.
okay, so like closest towards that TPC thing.
Closest towards the edge of the board and all
That's backwards.
So I'm putting it
Wait.
on this end of it.
that. Yeah, that end.
That's negative. That's what the data sheet says.
Yes, that's the negative end,
Yeah.
but you have to put the positive
that's where
probe there.
That's where the output. Got it. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So put the positive probe there, and
Hold
then
on,
touch
let me
the
get it put
negative
back.
probe to the next pin down.
Okay.
What does the
This
multimeter
is-
say?
Well, hold on. I'm trying to get 0.592.
Okay, that's perfect. Connect the negative probe to the next one down again.
Okay. 0.592.
That's perfect. Can move the positive probe down one,
Okay.
and then connect the negative probe to the very bottom
end.
one.
Yeah. Okay. 0.85. Sorry, 0.587.
Okay, and then move the positive probe. Move the negative probe up one.
Up one. Okay. So they're like side by side.
There's. Oh wait, no, sorry, that's wrong. Sorry. Move the. Did I ask you this one already? Put the negative probe on the very bottom one.
Yep.
And put the positive probe on the one right above it.
Okay. We got 0.587.
Yep, all your diodes check out okay.
Cool.
Well, that's great news.
Yeah, so it's not your diodes.
All right. Well, then I would say the next step would be to try to check that Zener diode.
That's at 37.2.
That's
thing.
it's the
Yeah.
well, you can check that, but it'd probably be a lot easier just to check that Zener diode because the legs are just exposed and right there next to that big winding coil thing.
Sorry, Zener diode.
There is a it's like if you imagine, dig if you will, there is a like a black barrel. Okay. You know the C2 connection thing that we've been testing?
That's that gray thing?
Yes.
Yeah,
So
okay.
if you go north of that, you will start looking at parts up there, and it will say ZD2, Z Delta 2. No, that's a big winding coil.
Yeah, no.
It's going to look like a little barrel. It'll be like parallel to the board.
Yeah, there'll be a leg sticking out of each end of the barrel.
Yeah.
Uh-huh. I'm trying to find it. Sorry.
It's really tiny.
Yeah.
Oh, is it
There's there's
down
kinda,
in there? That thing?
does it say ZD2 next to it?
Oh, let's look at my. Okay, it doesn't seem to show up on the screen. Hold on. No, it does not. And there's a lot of those. Okay.
What are you looking at? Are you looking at the thing we're looking at? Because if it starts with an R, that means resistor.
Yeah, no. I'm just trying to.
Oh,
Is it
yeah,
on?
it's right there. It's right there. It's you see, it's like there's a big tall barrel capacitor, and south and to the right, it says ZD, Z delta, and a number. No,
South and
if you look at the stream, you would have seen what we saw,
Okay.
and that's
I'm gonna put that back.
okay. Right now, there's a light, like you've got God beams,
Hold on.
making it where we can't see it. But
There we go.
okay,
Is
you
that
see
better?
it? It's right there.
Hold on, let me come back to my. Let me come back to the stream.
It's between the two capacitors that are to the left
Yeah,
of the giant ass coil.
But south.
Right,
Yeah.
between and south.
Oh, I see. Yeah.
Yeah, you see where
I
it's
see it.
and does
It's
it say Z delta 3 or Z delta 2?
like right there.
Yeah.
Yes, that's the one.
Yeah,
That's the one.
the
That's
one.
what you're gonna test.
Okay, what mode do I need the multimeter in to do so?
Well, you can't test it in diode mode because it's too high a voltage. What you're going to need to do, I think, is put it in voltage test mode, 200 volts DC, and measure the DC voltage across it while the power supply is operating.
Right. And keep in mind, the voltage only goes one direction. So the line, or the side that has the line on it, is the cathode side, and the line that, or the side that doesn't, is the anode side.
Wait, hang on a second. Aren't Zener diodes run in the reverse bias region though? So theoretically, your cathode side should be positive on a Zener diode.
The anode is the positive and the cathode's the negative. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so which is positive and negative? I guess is the question.
Okay. The side with the line is the cathode, and that's the negative. Okay. The side that doesn't have the line is the anode, and that's the positive side.
Gotcha.
So, and across that component, according to the PDF file, you should be getting 25 volts.
Sorry, I'm trying to get it in. That's as far as my camera will go down. So I'm gonna have to go back a little bit. All right.
I like how it looks like a Connectix webcam for the parallel port.
All right, so I need to connect this all up for power again, correct?
Yes. And just be careful.
Okay. Yeah, I am. I tis.
And Veronica is right. Everybody hates printers. And hi, Frederick.
Hey, Veronica.
Oh, and hi, Mike's Future Retro.
Yeah, hey, Mike's Future Retro. Who else do we have in here? Micro Hobbyist. Hey, Frederick.
Hey, Frederick. And hey, other people
back
who
to
have
water.
Veronica says, diodes are didirectional. That's how I learned it.
Yeah, you connect them backwards and they die.
Yeah.
All right. So I want to have this as if same as if I'm testing a power supply for a laptop, correct?
Correct.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I just wanted to double check it. That part is right.
And Thomas is correct. This is a hybrid power supply. It's got linear components up to a point, and then we switch over to, and then it becomes switching.
Yep.
All right. So, I'm sorry. I'm going to kind of wash you out because what I'm going to do. So, I picked up. We're going to take a quick break. I picked up this thing. Ta-da!
Yeah, it's a tiny magnifying toilet. We see.
Yeah. but I want to bring that down so I can kind of see. Oh shit. Okay, well I just snapped off the. That's not good. Well, I'm not using that for now.
What happened?
The base snapped on the.
Oh no!
On the lamp.
Oh no!
So please hold while I get this unplugged. Sorry, folks. I went to go bend it down and it just decided I don't like your base anymore. Thankfully, I have a spare, so I will be fixing that up tomorrow. Well, poopy poop. Of course, they're plastic. So, what do you expect? All right, let me just get this set up on the chair for now. Well, darn, I was like, yay, I can use the magnifying. No, I can't. Sorry, folks. All right. So, it's fine. Where I put my glasses.
So, lucky for you, Trina.
Yep.
If you hook it up backwards, you just don't see anything.
Oh, okay.
So,
Isn't the meter auto reversing?
No.
Lord
This one's
knows.
old.
She got it free with like a $10 fill up at Canada
I
Tire.
actually got it free from a friend of mine who moved out to Regina.
Ooh.
Excuse me, that's Canadian Tire, not Canada Tire.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah,
and Gina, it's or Trina, it's it's Revolva, not Regina.
So
that's revolving.
Left or right should be.
Do you have the power
brown.
plugged in? Please be
Yeah,
careful.
I do.
Make sure you're not resting your hands on anything.
Nope.
No.
Well,
So
I am on my.
you can
on my
hook it up
work
either way, as long as you get your meter in the correct setting, which again should be DC voltage, DC 200, and.
Ta-da.
Great. Okay.
Okay.
All right. So if you hook it up one way and you see something, great. If you hook it up the other way and you don't see anything, flip it around.
Gotcha. I see 1.5.
Okay, flip it around.
I see 0.9.
Okay, something's wrong because again, according to the sheet, you should be seeing 25 volts across that. Now, for 100%, it says Z delta 2, right?
Let me just shine some light on that for a sec. Please hold. I lost one of my lights, so now I'm like even more blind. ZD. It'd be nice if it wasn't covered over. Hold on for a sec. I'm gonna unplug this from the power so I can move the board without fear of like frying myself.
That's always good.
Yeah.
Be careful. Some of those capacitors may retain a charge.
Especially that.
Yeah,
big,
I'm just
that
holding
big
onto the. I'm
AC
just
one.
holding on. Is that a?
I think socket wrench is right that you're measuring ZD3.
That's what I'm thinking as well.
Well, I don't know why you can't see it. It's literally written like right on the top of it.
Yeah, I'm measuring 3. That's why.
Okay. Measure 2. It should be further. It looks the same. It'll be the same
Yeah.
type of part. Oh, socket winch. I'm sorry. That's funny.
Okay, so where am I looking for 2?
Further to the right and further
Okay.
to the north. But the component will look the same. But what you're looking for are the letters.
Yeah,
Z,
I know. That's what I'm looking
delta,
for. The 2, yeah. No. There's a D7. Where the hell?
I blame English because you just read through things. You don't actually read them. You're just.
That's D4. That's D7.
Okay. Francois says Z delta 2 and Z delta 3 are supposedly the same reference. No, I agree. It is clever. I like it. So,
Okay,
and
so
now that I've been corrected, I will do my best to not make the same mistake. So, Trina, you're really studying this really hard.
yeah, because I can't. All I can find is Z Delta 3.
Why don't you turn on the light on your phone instead of your like terrible magnifying glasses? Terrible.
I can do that.
Terrible. Veronica, I don't know what you get for being anything other than just try your best. And you know what? And if you screw up, you just apologize and keep moving. And Ian says that Z Delta 2 is a glass diode. So it will be embedded, it will be encapsulated rather in glass.
It's a tiny little tube of glass, Trina.
Yeah.
So it does not look like the other diode after all.
Well, that's handy now that I've been like Googling around. I still don't share.
Right, but it's still the letters, the words.
Yeah, I know. I'm
the
still
words,
looking for
Trina, the words.
I know.
The lies.
I found ZD1.
Okay.
All right, we're getting there. That's R. That's R. That's R. Well,
Trina, you can look at what I've got shared my screen, right?
Yeah. Let me hold on. Let me.
Oh, I found it.
Where is it?
It's so those two capacitors we were looking below. Mm-hmm. It's actually above. It's above and just sort of a little bit. Sorry, it's north. It's north of those two capacitors we've been looking at.
Oh, I found it.
Great.
Yeah. Look at that. Can't see it for looking until, yeah. Okay, cool.
Francois says page 25 shows Z Delta 3, I think, next to the IC4 arrow tip.
All right, so I'm going to try, we're going to plug it back into power as.
Okay, be careful.
All right. So let's do that. There we go. Yeah, we found it. Thanks, Cass.
You're welcome.
All right, so. What? Wow.
Veronica, I will tell you that be careful, Trina. I will tell you this. You're probably not in danger. Any 2GS power supply is probably going to need the refas replaced or bypassed, your choice. And I don't know that it's really all that dangerous. I will say that the replacement power supplies are not like cost neutral. So a cap kit is probably cheaper unless you've got a board. Like you start pulling caps off and you see like, oh, the transformer is like it's got burn marks around it or something. You might consider getting a modern reproduction or a modern replacement. What do you see, Trina?
I am seeing nothing.
Okay.
And I just put on my glasses just to double check. I'm looking.
We're powered up.
And we are. Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's a problem. Hey, while you're doing fun things, why don't you check that MIC 2 back there, which again should be 37.2. I'm gonna say you're not getting anything. You don't have proper voltages on the Zener diode. You don't get anything on CN2. I am gonna say that you probably have a failed component somewhere between the high voltage side and the low voltage side. That is a safe thing to suggest.
Fair enough.
Okay. Service checks. Looking at the power supply checks. Check the AC fuse. If it's open, then replace it. No shit. B is check fuse FU1. We already did that. If it's open, check the resistance on the carriage motor before replacing the fuse. Yeah, whatever. But you gotta check for shorts at the full bridge rectifier before replacing the fuse and turning the printer on. Check the transformer. We already did that. Okay. Step E on this is because we've been kind of doing this backwards. Step E says that you're supposed to check. You can check for that 37.2 volts at like we were saying earlier, pin 14 of the regulator IC, which is that MIC2 at the back.
Mm-hmm.
And if it's missing, then it says basically you just you replace it. I like the manual. It says check transformer T1 and bridge rectifier 1R1. I think it says IR1.
Yeah.
By substitution.
Yep.
So okay, what mode should I put the multimeter in for that?
Oh, you're just checking voltage again. So, but it might be too tight to get in there. I don't know.
Yeah, see,
I would be unplugging the power supply, and then I would be seeing if you can actually get a lead in there.
This is where I would suggest using those tiny little clip-on leads. So it might be time to buy another part.
Oh no.
See, my main concern is like, sorry, my lighting sucks right now. Is that like pretty much from what I can tell from the diagram here, it's almost in behind this.
Yeah,
and
it's probably in the way.
Yeah,
It's probably in the way. It would probably be something you might have to test with the board out.
Yeah.
But yeah, okay. So looking at the guide here, again, we've already checked the main fuse, power transformer. You're missing voltages. So.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Veronica, if you leave that power supply off for like 30 minutes, you're probably going to be fine.
Hey, so this was telling us to check pin 14 on the leftmost regulator or the rightmost regulator?
It says leftmost. Looking at the picture,
yeah,
because that's the MIC2, and that's where it actually shows the. Well, sorry, you can't really see it on my screen. Hold on.
It's okay. I've got my own copy here.
Yeah.
Oh, I gotta make Ron big for a quick sec.
Oh yeah, I see MIC2. Yeah. Okay.
Or HIC2.
Yeah, I think it's HIC2, not MIC2.
Yeah. But yeah, so pin 14, you should be getting that. And then if we go back down and we look at the troubleshooting guide, that's when it says. So we checked step A, AC fuse, if it's open, check the power transformer. We're getting everything good on the power transformer. Check pre-use FU1 if open. Check the resistance of the carriage motor. If we don't even have that hooked up, it shouldn't be an issue. Check the fuse if open on FU2. We already did that. Check for shorts on the bridge rectifier. We did that before replacing the fuse and turning the printer on. Step D, check for 120 volts from which we did. We're getting it at the primary.
Yeah.
We're getting it's a check E, check to make sure that you're getting it at the other side. and then check to see on that regulator if you're getting 37.2. If it's missing, check transformer T1 and bridge rectifier IR1 for
Yeah, which we've already done. So
Well, did we really? The IR, I mean, we checked it up here, so we checked it down here.
you know,
But
we
that
could.
transformer, that T1 transformer,
Oh, wait, is T1 the spool wound transformer in the middle of the board? I thought T1 was the incoming.
it is. It's the incoming, because that's the
Okay.
power transformer T1. So we've already tested all that, and then it says check the Zener diode at blah 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 for 5 volts, and then we got to check the 25 volts, which nothing, and then 5 volts, which nothing. If any
Yeah.
voltages are not correct, check connector CN2. Go away, AI assistant. If any voltage is not correct, check the connector CN2A and the power supply driver board by substitution. So
Yeah, so it looks like it's really probably a problem with the regulator itself, because we've checked the inputs to the regulator, the
Right.
T1 and the. I mean, I guess we could check the output of the bridge rectifier live.
yeah,
We could do that.
yeah. Do that, Trina.
Okay,
I dare you. Do that. I dare you.
I mean, I'm just sitting here, and I ended up an auction on or item on eBay while you guys were talking.
I know. ADHD.
Yeah. Well.
Okay, so what you're going to want to do, Trina, is set up the power to the printer. Then being very careful, especially not to touch the voltmeter pins to the heatsink behind the bridge rectifier.
Mhm.
You're going to put the negative pin on the northmost pin of the bridge rectifier and the positive pin on the southmost pin of the bridge rectifier, and you should get about 20 some volts or something.
Yeah. You'll see
On
something.
DC.
You'll see more than 0, that's for sure.
On DC mode.
Yeah.
You want to be on DC mode for this one.
So same as testing a power supply, right?
Laptop power supply, yeah. But put it
Thank
on
you.
200 just in case
Yeah,
it's more
that's
than 20
what I'm doing.
volts.
Yeah. All right, so let me plug it in. And I'm sorry, my negative is left or right towards the edge of the board.
Oh, you have it oriented that way now? Hang on, let me look again.
Well, that's the way I'm coming at it, because it's the easiest for me to like tackle poking at it.
Yeah,
Notch.
so negative.
Should the negative be closer to the connector or to the edge of the board? Does that make sense?
You can look at the
negative is closer to the edge of the board.
Okay. So I'm just gonna bring this over. Da-da-da-da. So negative goes up like towards here. So
Yeah.
You can also look at my screen, and that'll show you. There's a notch on that IC, and the notch is the positive. Oh,
yes.
sorry.
Oh, I see. Okay,
The
yeah.
notch is the positive.
Gotcha.
And the notch is the negative.
Do you know what I'm missing right now? Another lamp. Stupid lamp broke. Okay, cool. All right, so negative goes up there. I'm trying to do this without touching anything. Sorry, I'm going to move the camera back because I need to get my hands in there. And positive goes down there. And I am getting 24.67.
Perfect. Just
Yeah,
what
that's
we
good.
should be there.
Yeah. That's great news. In that it just means something else is broke.
Yeah. It seems like it's definitely that HIC2.
Yeah.
That seems almost certain that that's what's best,
Mhm.
and you'll need to get a new one of those to fix this up.
Yeah.
So
But
you're sorry. I'm going to make myself big for a sec, Ron.
Yeah. It's okay.
So you're talking that thing in the back that we can't really see anymore, but
Well, if you look at
Yeah,
me,
that thing.
if you look at me,
Yeah.
it's this thing.
yeah, exactly.
Yeah, it's the thing you're shining the
Yep.
light on right now. EC-A051.
It's written on the board. It says like HIC2.
Oh, okay.
I can see the HIC sticking
Oh yeah,
out
I
from
can
behind
see
the
it as well. Yeah,
capacitor.
yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's right up in there.
Trina, if you
Cool.
were if you weren't so vain, you would go and get the granny glasses that you need. Instead of like, oh, my lenses are like onion skin.
Missing you.
Yeah. But it's yeah, and Cass is probably right. This is I mean, again, if you could figure out a way to like wedge that lead in there and to 14, we'd know for sure before you order one of these, because I promise that this is probably a $5 or $6 part, and then you're gonna have to
Yeah.
figure out how to unsolder it. And if you've got to take the board out to unsolder it, you might as well take the board out to test this to see if you know.
Yeah, Ron's got a point.
Okay, so when I'm testing it, it needs to be live, correct?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, so here's
Is this
what I'm
live
gonna
right
do.
now? Is it still
No,
good?
no.
Good,
We're
all right. I was gonna
But
say
I
you're moving it
probably
around a
can't see
lot, so
yeah, no, we're unplugged.
okay. And
Yeah.
I'm
just
it does say
moving
in
it
the
this-
troubleshooting guide, it does talk about like having the motor hooked up, but I cannot imagine that there's some sort of like, it would not feed the power through the motor and then back down to this board to like, you would have to have, I mean, you've got to have those
No.
voltages in place. It's not like it's passing it through the motor. That's like the dumbest shit.
No, definitely not.
Yeah.
All
Okay.
right,
I'm
let's
just
see.
sanity
So
check for me.
it
Thank you.
starts at 18. I'm just trying to see here. So that's 18, 17, 16. Ooh, I might be able to. 15,
Yeah.
14. Okay, so
14.
14's right there.
Yeah. Okay.
So you can't see what I'm looking at, but I can actually
No,
get
that's
to it.
fine. Yeah. Okay. If you think you can get it without laying your
Right.
hand on that transformer there.
Yeah.
I mean, it's got a
Yeah.
plastic body, but I still would not want to just be like, I'll just lay my hand on it.
No, I can, because these things are nice and
Mhm.
long.
Yeah, I get it.
I can
Braggart.
kind of poke at it. Yeah. All right. So what do I set my multimeter to for that one?
200 volts DC.
DC. Okay, so same as before.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay. Cool. All right, let's plug her in. See what happens.
Trina, were you going to put the negative lead?
I was going to use the screw that we were, or the.
I would use,
area?
I'd use the metal. I would not use the
metal?
screw, because if I mean, I don't know, like what coating that screw has on it or what. That was bad advice I gave you earlier, so I would not be doing that.
Okay, so don't listen to Ron. Gotcha.
Well, I mean, like, there's some things like I'm going to be like, Trina, look out for that car. Yeah, probably listen.
Yeah. All right, let's see if I can. F off.
Oh yeah, that's good. Shit was in focus even for a second there.
18, 17, 16. So it should be this one. Yeah. I am getting nothing.
Okay.
Yeah.
Or just double check it that I don't have, that I'm not down one. Okay, I gotta get this camera out of my way. Sorry, guys.
Fine.
Yeah, there's nothing coming out of 14. 18,
Okay.
17, 16, 15, 14. Yeah, I'm on 14. Oh, no, hold on. Yeah, no. Okay.
I wish we knew which pin was the input.
Yeah.
Because that
But
would
yeah,
give
there's
us...
no.
Well, they show you. It's like I guess the next step is to look up this part and get a part diagram or get a.
I don't think there's a
spec
data
sheet.
sheet for these. These are like one-offs.
Yeah, they are kind of weird.
Yeah, okay. I was just double checking that I was on the right one, but yes, I was.
Yeah.
And nothing.
All right.
Well,
Yeah.
this part is $14 on eBay.
That's
Here's
probably
one.
the sort of thing you can make an offer on, though.
Yeah, there's another one that's $8. They look to be pulls from something, but still.
They're
It's,
pulls from an Imagewriter or a CITO 331. That's what they're from. That's the only thing these were in.
Yeah. I want to see a data sheet.
You want to see
Oh,
ITO?
I want to. Yes, yeah. Take me directly to Mr. Ido.
Yes.
I'm sure looking. There's places that have them. I mean,
Yeah.
it's still gonna be like a $10 part. So
Yeah.
I would say at that kind of price, you could just buy another You could buy another Imagewriter II.
Okay, good enough.
That might be correct.
Yeah, you could buy another. Here, let's look. Looking for a data sheet. Here's somebody else looking for a data sheet.
Is that the forum post I found earlier?
Oh, I guess it's Electro Tech Online or something. Yeah. Hybrid power supply module uses 24 volts AC and generates 28 volts and 5 volts DC. So yeah, we're not seeing either one of those. It's got to be that part.
Yeah.
Lordy. Let's see.
So Francois, yes, I can read the silk screen, and I did see that it says HIC2.
Yeah.
That's
got to be it.
So,
That's got to be our dead part here.
Yeah.
But let's look online. Let's look at the Bay of E.
The Bay of E.
And Imagewriter II PSU. Maybe somebody be like, yeah, you got like an entire PSU for $5. That would be ideal.
That would be sweet.
Because then you got other parts.
Yeah.
Come on. Maybe I shouldn't put PSU. I'm overthinking it. I'm thinking like power. It'll be like 900 auctions for power cables. And no shit, that's exactly what it was. Let's look. You know, I had two eBay, but it rhymes with Debe. I had several parts Imagewriter 2s, and I gave them to Amber when she was in town.
Oh,
not throwing her under the bus, but
I'm still blaming Amber.
Oh, well, here's another. Yeah, I don't know. That part is. There's a bunch of these parts for like $8 out on the eBays. So that might just be the solution.
Just get the power supply itself.
Yeah, well, no, get the hybrid power supply module thing.
Okay.
Because it does not
when you're
appear.
Searching for it on eBay, Ron,
Yeah.
Are you looking up like H1's whatever C thingamajig?
No, because that's just the thing that's silkscreen on the board.
Yeah, okay.
The actual part, you got to look up that TEC.
Yeah.
Hold on one second.
Oh.
I will just send you a link in the chat here real fast. Hold on one second.
I
found like
a
billion of them.
Yeah.
Well, I had found them, and now I'm searching again. Wait, go back. What's the? It's EC-A051, right?
Hold on, let me bring it over to my bench because I can see it a bit better. Let me. It is EC
Uh-huh.
dash A051.
Yeah, I swear. I just searched for this on eBay, and I
And
had
then
like a ton of auctions for it, and then now I am
and then
searching
nothing.
for it, and I'm pulling up Bumpkus. No exact match is found. That's fine.
Hold on, TEC. Let me see what I find on eBay of Canada.
Uh-huh.
Well, what the hell was it? EC dash A051.
Come on, this is ridiculous. Because I was just looking, I just saw like a ton of them. I wish.
Oh, here we go. I found one.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because there's some, it was like, oh, it's like $40 or some ridiculous nonsense, and then there was like, oh, $8, $9, $8. So why don't you post in private chat what you found?
Okay. Let me show you. Come over.
There. And then I'm going to switch this back. There we go.
I wonder if they have them at Digi.
No, because again,
Absolutely do not.
yeah,
Okay.
because
Okay.
they'll want $4 million, and it's just they're gonna go to eBay and buy it and resell it to you. But
Yeah.
like Mass was saying, this is a bespoke part that was only used for these specific little printers. So the C-IDO model, or C.IDO.
Yeah, 331, I think.
Yeah. But I swear to you, I just saw.
So Ron, I shared it in the private chat.
Oh, there it is. Sorry. I was like, why can I not find my recently viewed? Ridiculous. Okay. Here.
20 Canadian dollars plus 30 Canadian dollars shipping. Ouch.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, you'd be better off buying another Imagewriter.
Yeah, Canadian prices. It sucks. Like there's, they have one here for like $12 Canadian, but then the shipping is like
$25. Yeah.
Yeah,
$4.
almost $25.
Oof. All right.
Yeah. Welcome to. Yeah.
Well.
And there's nothing and there's none in Canada either. I checked to see if there's any in Canada.
If you want, we could try. We could try buy one, and then I could like just put it in an envelope and send it to you, and put some googly eyes on it and call it modern art.
That sounds good.
Value
to me.
25 cents.
That's right.
I like that modern art. That's good.
Yeah, it's I call it Frodrick.
Frodrick, the 18-legged insect. Hey, Sad Mac, I didn't see you come in.
Oh, hi, Sad Mac. Sorry if I didn't say hi to you earlier.
Well, we made some progress. We're just now fighting shabby politics at this point.
Yeah.
All right. I got a link to this. I got the cheap one, the one that's like $8 with $6 shipping. It's $6 shipping in the United States. So
Jesus,
I am some minor bent leads is what this says. But
do you want to share? Do you want to show the one you're looking at, or did you?
I pasted it in the chat, and you can.
Oh yeah, sorry. My
share
apologies.
It's fine too.
Oh yeah, it's this one that I was looking at. Yeah.
Yeah, hold on.
I saw that one.
Yeah, that's the one, baby.
Yeah.
Right. Oh, my screen is like crazy-fied. I love it.
Yeah.
I love it when.
Hold on, when a plan comes together.
No.
Shouldn't you be smoking a cigar?
A guitar. Yes, smoking a guitar. You are correct. Smoking a guitar like George.
A guitar made
Hard.
from a Commodore 64.
Yeah, I got this on my weird screen, so it's gonna be letterboxed.
Yeah.
It's gonna have pillars or whatever they call that. But yeah, that's the
Yeah,
one.
I was looking at that one as well.
And
But
there's some other, there appear to be some like similar components, but I couldn't tell you if they are pin compatible.
yeah, I saw something like that, but it said for Toshiba, so I was kind of like,
Yeah, look at that.
There are a lot of
Virtual
similarly
Valerie.
What's the part number on this one?
This one, the part number is Sierra Tango Kilo dash 0029.
Oh yeah, no, I don't think that's the same at all. Especially since it says Darlington Power Pack, so that's gonna
And
be...
it's got fewer pins.
oh, for
okay.
sure. Yeah, just a few.
Yeah. So, but it's in the like, oh, since you looked at this, look at this other thing. Like whatever the hell this is, this power amplifier thing.
By the way, I liked what Veronica explained. Says slipping Imagewriter parts into a log transport crossing the border.
Yeah.
I'll meet you at the border, Veronica.
All right. Well. All right.
Yeah, no, I think
5
getting
events.
a parts board from, who was it that you said has all of the printers?
Steve?
Steve. Maybe you should just get a parts board from Steve.
All right, here we go. Wish me luck.
Luck.
Good
$10
luck.
shipping. Are you a crazy person? Oh no, it'd be 10. Oh, tax. Ugh, some filthy Canadian. All right, there we go. All right, I put in an offer, a low ball half price offer. We'll see if it comes back.
Yeah, just keep me in the loop on that one.
Well, I will, because you're gonna owe me $10. I want my $10.
Okay, all right.
All right.
Sorry, sir.
Cool. All right. Hey, we got some things done.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. Well, so I'm guessing, Cass, we're gonna have to form our like super team name. So like there's Gut Ron. So are we Rassi or Casson? Ooh, it sounds French.
It does sound French.
Casson.
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 Works for
I'm
me.
gonna let you guys name your team whatever you want to name it.
All right. So what's the word? It's raccoon in French.
What is raccoon in French, Cass?
It's the raton laveur.
Oh right, the washer rat.
The
That's
washer
literally
rat.
what that means.
Yeah.
Raton laveur.
Is that what that means? Washer rats?
Yeah.
Yes,
That's
it means the
hilarious.
washer rat.
Yeah. It's like the German name for bats, right?
Der Fledermaus. The
yeah.
flying mouse.
Flying mouse.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, it's so many languages. They're just like so matter of fact about what things are.
Right?
And it's not just like, oh, here's some like the rest of the world is like, oh yeah, it's you know, a piña. Like everybody, no pineapple. Sorry. Sorry. Yeah, piña. Yeah.
Well, I think I'm going to end the stream.
Wash bear.
Thanks.
All right.
Thanks everybody for coming out. Thank you, Ron. Thank you, Cass, for all your help.
You're welcome.
Because again, this is why I'm like, even when it comes to using the multimeter, the only thing I've ever tested is like laptop power supplies with it. So I'm like,
there's no difference. You just got to know the mode to put it in. And
yeah, exactly. That's why I was like, what mode am I putting it in? And then we're good to go from there.
And
But,
again, there's high voltage AC side, and then there's low voltage DC side, and it's figuring out where that split is. So, yeah.
But thanks everybody for tuning in. Don't forget to hit the like, subscribe, go to trinastech.com. You'll find links to all my social online presence. I don't know. I'm tired.
Your
My
anti-social
brain's starting to
online
shut down.
presence.
Also, there's a link to my coffee account. If you can afford it, it'd be greatly appreciated to make a channel donation. Buy me a coffee.
You got to say it like Steve Shives.
I know, right? Well, I'm trying to
like
channel him.
and there's a Patreon account if you can afford it.
Yeah, exactly.
It's like it's a challenge. It's like
there's my coffee account. If you can
don't
afford
tell
it.
me what I can spend my disposable income on, Steve Shives.
So yeah, thanks everybody. It's been fun, and we will see you on part 3 of this.
Yeah.
All
Have
right.
a good one.
Mhm.
Bye.